we are going to create YinYang model in 3D Blender software. Switch to front orthographic viewport by pressing 1 in the numerical pad. Now go to Add in the submenu, Image, Reference, YinYang JPEG image. Now in the front orthographic viewport, you can see I have loaded YinYang JPEG image. So keeping this as reference, we are going to construct the 3D model. Let's name this image in the outliner as YinYang image. Okay, it can be in the short form, it will not be full form. We have to decrease the transparency of this. So go to the properties editor in the right side below the outliner, switch on the opacity, reduce the values to 0.25 or similar values. Now we have to freeze the selection. How? Go to outliner, top right side, click here, switch on this cursor icon, and here deactivate the cursor icon. Now even if I draw a rectangle, I won't be able to select this image, so that we can freely load the objects, create any mesh, and then select it without disturbing this image in the background. So let's create the mesh. Now you can see it is in a circular form. So let's load the circle. Go to Add, Mesh, Circle. The circle, if you go to perspective view, it is loaded like this. So we want it in front orthographic viewport to see its face. So let's open the settings of that circle mesh, and then go to rotation X, type 90, and then minimize this, press yes in the keyboard and scale it a bit to match the size of the circular shape in the image. Right. Now press tab in the keyboard. You can see here the interaction mode. This is called interaction mode. I am going to press tab and go to edit mode, switch to face mode, and then press A, right click, go to face, and then grid fill. Now you can see the circle has become solid, right? Now when we applied this grid fill tool, you can see the settings appearing on the left side down. Open it, and then just you can type some values. That is, it should be like nearly to 8. There is 6 or 10 you can type and see. When I type 6, see what is happening, it is rotating. So you can choose which direction those lines should flow. So I am choosing 8 only, and below this span in the settings, I am increasing the offset to 1. I'm trying 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 is okay for me because it has become straight. Now there are many lines in this. That is, you can see the subdivisions. I want more subdivisions, So for that, what I should do is right click and apply subdivide. I can open this subdivide settings and give more numbers for the number of cuts. I am giving it 2, or even more you can give. Sorry. Right. Now what we have to do is we have to draw the line. Right, how this line we have to draw. This you can see the line from here. It is forming a curve and again a curve and then joining the same side. So same way we have to draw a curve. In this case we have to draw the edges in the form of curve. So let's switch to vertex mode and then press T in the keyboard to make the toolbox appear. You can see many tools are there. Just scroll the toolbox by scrolling the middle mouse button. You can see the knife tool. So this knife tool is what we are going to use to make this curvature. Okay, to draw this curved lines. I'm zooming it. From the down part I am going to start. So let me start from here. You just have to drag your mouse to the every point and then press left mouse button to create a vertex in that particular point. If by mistake, if you have done any mistake, like if you have created the vertex elsewhere, not exactly on the path, then what you can do, you can undo it. Press Ctrl Z for undo. So carefully you should draw. Follow this white line in the image. finally hit the enter. Now press W to escape out of this knife tool. Pressing W. Now you can see this is getting highlighted from the knife tool highlighting. Now switch to edge mode and you can see the curves we have drawn for seeing the image. Now select only the curve edges we have drawn. Now you are already in the edge mode. Press Alt A to deselect everything and then press Alt again and then left mouse button click on the any one of the edge in that circle, in that curved line. Now it will get selected, some group of edges will get selected. Now press Shift and then Alt and again select on left mouse button, select on any edge on the curve. Now the further edges will get selected. Repeat the same. Now you can see it's been selected. Now press you can see the selection. If you want to make any changes in the curvature, you can make it. So that's why we just selected and saw it. I feel there need no changes because it is nicely curved. Now we have to select this black side of the YinYang diagram. So switch to face mode. Go to the cursor tool and select the circular tool. Now I am selecting it. If you are selecting it step by step, then you should press Shift and then select it. When you are again pressing the left mouse button. To select every face within this drawn curve edges. So carefully we have to zoom and then select them. Right, we have selected the yang part of the symbol. Now we have to separate this black portion by pressing E in the keyboard. Choose the selection and now it has become separated. Press Tab and then to go to object mode, Now press G and then X and just move it and see. You can see it has become separated. This one you select and then press again G and X and move it and see. Right. Now if you want to see what we have created without the background image, then I can show you that. Control Alt space, hide the image in the outliner. Now you can see what we have created. So now it is flat. If you go to, we were doing this, creating this in the front orthographic viewport. When I switch to right orthographic viewport, it is looking flat. So to create some emboss effect, little curvature effect, curved surface effect, what we have to do is we have to switch to edge mode. And then select, press Alt and left mouse button, select the edges. Yeah. So entire border edges we have selected. Now Control Alt space to see all the tools in the interface. Now switch on the proportion editing. Go to right orthographic viewport. Press G and then Y axis. Move it backwards. Now you can see some emboss effect is happening, but this is not the emboss effect we desire to have. So we should change it. So let's undo it and then I will show you where we need to change for the right emboss effect. So I am taking my cursor to the upper portion and scrolling the mouse button, middle mouse button, and you can see the proportion editing icon here. Click on that. Switch to sharp. Okay. Right now it is in smooth. Switch to sharp in the proportion editing. Now go to, I'm pressing Control Alt space bar to maximize the view. Go to right orthographic viewport. Press G and then Y and move it. Scroll mouse button, middle mouse button in the upper direction to decrease the influence area so that you can see how it is. See, when I increase the circle, this gray color circle, which is called in the influence area, wherever I am pulling this yellow color selected lines backwards, the shape also, the embossed shape also is following the yellow color selected edges. But when I decrease this gray color influence area, the shape is showing more emboss. So the gray color circle should be small in size so that we will get good emboss, but not to this extent. So let's bring these yellow color edges, straight edges you can see across the screen, that I'm bringing it closer to the blue color line. Okay, this is okay. Fee. Go to front viewport. Now you can just see some emboss is there. Light emboss. This is nice. You can see the object is looking a bit faceted, like squares like that. We will change them to shade, smooth shade. Before that, we have to apply this emboss effect, bring this emboss effect for this object also. So let's go to front viewport, go to edit mode, and then switch to edge mode, and press Alt and then left mouse button, click on any edge. It will select some set of edges. Now press Shift Alt and select other edge of it. Select set of edges. So until you select all the border edges of this Yang part, you have to keep selecting, pressing Shift and then Alt, left mouse button, click on any edge, any border edge. So make sure that no edge is left. Everything should become yellow and white. I feel all edges are selected, whichever we wanted. Now go to right viewport. What we did for this, same thing we are going to do for this Yang part also. So press G and then Y and bring till here. If you want, you can zoom it. Press G. Again I am doing. I did undo. Again I am doing it. Okay. Now let's go to front viewport and just check. You can see in the perspective also. I feel this embossing effect is okay. But now I am going to make it smooth shade. Right click on the surface what you have selected and choose shade smooth. Select this object also and right click shade smooth. Now we have got the two symbols in one shape. Now we have to keep the spheres and also the beading effect or border lining for the YinYang shapes. Okay. So how to create those borders? We have already selected these set of edges in the borders. So just make use of them. Again, we need not select them. It's already selected. So we have already selected. So now we have to duplicate them by pressing Shift D and then Escape. Press P. Separate the selected edges. Now press Tab and go to object mode. Right now we are in edit mode. Yeah, now it is in object mode. You can see it is in object mode. Now open the outliner on the right side top. You can see this object is there. This object is there. Yin and Yang object is there. And then we have the circle also. I can just move it and show you. See, just now we duplicated. Pressing the Shift D, we duplicated the selected edges and made it a separate curve-like form, which we are going to use it for beading, a pipe-like bordering for the YinYang symbol or shape to make it more beautiful. Now let's name these objects in the outliner. So this one is Yin and this one is Yang. And this one is border, Yin border. It can be in short form, Yin B, like that it can be. Now the next one is for Yin, you have this curve object. Okay. for Yang also we need the curve object. So what to do for that? We have to go to edit mode in the interaction modes, switch to edit mode. Now you can see these edges are already selected, so you just have to press Shift D and then press Escape, press P, separate the selected edges, press Tab to go back to object mode. Now you can see a new object is being created. That is this curve. I'll just move it and show you. See, like how we duplicated a curve for this side. For this right side also we have duplicated a curve. Let's name this as Yang border. B for border. Right. Now let me maximize the view by pressing Ctrl Alt and space. Now just move it and see how it looks. You see how many vertices are there. So this is basically a mesh. I will show you how. Press again Ctrl Alt and space bar. You can see in the outliner it is showing triangular form as the icon. So they are all mesh form. That is polygons we call. We are going to convert these Yang B and Yin B to curve form. Okay. Here there is an object. Go to the object and go down. In that convert from polygon to curve. You can see the mesh symbol is triangle, downward pointing triangle, and the curve symbol is it's like a arch. Okay, so that is a curve symbol. Now I have selected this Yang B in the outliner. You can see in the outliner that object I am going to convert it to curve. Now you can see the icon has changed here because I have converted from mesh or polygon to curve. Right. Here also you can see the curve symbol. Now why we converted this mesh to curve is only then we can have this curve symbol here. It is called data properties, where we have this option of creating a border object. Now I will show you. When I increase this depth numbers under the bevel, you can see an object is getting formed in the border. You can see that. So this option is available only in the curve data properties. So for that sake, we had to convert from mesh to curve. Right. Now depth is 0.01. Maybe we can reduce it to 0.005. I think okay, 0.01 is okay. Should not be too thin. Now we have to do the same thing for Yin B curve also. So you can see it is just in the curve form, very thin. We have to make it fat. So how get it converted to curve? Then you can increase the bevel effect for the curve to make it solid like this one. So let's first convert it. Go to object and then convert. Then from mesh or polygon to curve. Right. Now you can see the curve, the icon shape has changed in the outliner. Now go to bevel. In the data properties, you can see the data. This icon is being highlighted here. So here you have to increase or type the value 0.01. Now you will see the object here also. So we have created the beading for the YinYang shape. Let's see it. This is in wireframe mode. Let's see it is in shade mode. press Z in the keyboard and go to solid mode. You can see the solid shape. Now it is in X-ray mode, that is why it is transparent. So switch off the X-ray mode by clicking on this left mouse button, click on this, or you can just press Alt Z to switch it off. Right. Now we can see clearly the solid shape. Now we have to place spheres here. Here one sphere, here one sphere. So let's go to spherical, let's go to add and then mesh and sphere. I am choosing UV sphere rather than icosphere. UV sphere is more organized, so I am choosing UV sphere. Now let's scale it down, that is resize the sphere to small. Press yes in the keyboard and uniformly apply the small by slowly dragging the mouse towards the sphere. If you want to know how much exactly the sphere shape should be, you can again switch on the image and see it. You can see this is the sphere size. Okay, so and this is the placement, this is the location of the sphere also. So let's Control Alt maximize the view, Control Alt space. Now press G and then Z and move it up and place it. Right. Now if you go to side viewport, it is looking bigger. So let's make it flat like this YinYang symbol. So press yes and then Y and make it flat. And move it slightly inside. Fine. Now go back to front orthographic viewport, and this object is looking face eater. So right click and apply shade smooth. Now you can see it has become smooth. Now I am pressing T and choosing move tool for this handle, this vector handle X, Y and Z, so that I can move it anywhere, the objects. Now if you see, the vector is inside the sphere. Okay. Now I want to duplicate the sphere and keep it here also. That is in this spot. Either I can press Shift D and then escape and press G and then Y, and then press G and then Z and move it downwards like this, or I can mirror it also. So for that mirror, we have to bring this vector XYZ RGB, red color, green color and then blue color. This is called vector. So this vector we have to bring it to the center of this YinYang symbol. How? Press Ctrl A, select the sphere object, press Ctrl A and then apply all transforms, fourth option. Now this vector has come to the center. Now duplicate by pressing Shift D, escape and then again Control Alt space to minimize the viewport. Go to object, mirror and then Y global, Z global. You can see when I mirrored it in the Z global, the sphere, duplicated sphere automatically spaced itself, positioned itself just opposite the shape. So this way we can easily achieve the results. Now let's name the spheres. This is Yin sphere and this is Yang sphere. Now we have created the YinYang shapes. Now what is remaining is we have to color them. So before that we have to align. In side view we can see if there is anything um, if it is moved a bit like this. So those things we have to check and align them before applying the material. And let's hide the image also, we don't need any more. I am selecting the Yang symbol. I am going to apply the color for it. In Blender we call it material properties we call it. The tool name is material properties, and all the properties tools are here on the side, where it is called properties editor or properties panel. So here you can see all the properties like render properties, object properties, data properties, material properties also. So I am clicking on the material properties icon. I have selected the object already. Now I am going to press on the new material. Sometimes it takes time, so it's better to save before clicking material, new material and all. Sometimes it may hang also, so save and proceed. Now I'm going to change the name to Yang material and also mention it is black. Right. So Yang material black. Now in the base color I am selecting the color field, and it is showing the color circle also. Here you can see hue, saturation and value. I am clicking here and typing 0 to make it black. It's taking time. Yeah, so it has become black now. Now let's switch to, I'm pressing Z and switching to material preview. Now you can see the black material we have given is showing up. I can show it in perspective. So yeah, now go back to front viewport, and we have to have some reflection for it. You can see that it is looking like a matte effect. We need some reflection, that is, it's going to be a shining surface. So decrease the roughness, you will see the shining effect, and increase a bit of metallic also, slightly. Yeah. Now same should be done for this one also. It is already white, but still we have to apply a material and give the white color in the material base color. Okay, so I am pressing the new button again. For this object I have selected this in object, and renaming it as in material white, and decreasing the roughness to get the shining surface, and increasing the metallic, increasing the metallic to 0.1. You can see it is glossy. It is taking time when I am turning the camera. Now we have done applying materials for the yin and yang main shape. For spheres as well as these border beadings we have to apply the material. So let's give first for the spheres. This one is white, so I need not create a new material, rather I have to take my cursor here and choose this, press on this icon, and from here library I can give that whatever I have created, that will be shown here. That's called library. So here I'm going to choose the material. For this sphere we have to apply in material white color, so I'm choosing it. Sorry, we have to apply black color. Should be black color. For this one, white color. Okay, so it's glossy. Now we have to apply the material for the beading borders. Click on the new button. And rename it as chroma or steel material. And I want this border to be in steel color, so let's apply the steel color. How? By just decreasing the roughness to 0.06 and metallic to full, that is 1. It looks like steel shade. You can see. So it's looking like steel shaded. So same shader or same material we are going to apply for this border also. Let's go to the library and apply the steel material for this border. Okay, so done. Now if you want, you can apply subdivision surface smooth to make it more smoother, but we should be careful that it's not hanging. While applying smooth and subdivisions, it becomes heavier, the file becomes heavier, so that sometimes it may hang. So I want to stop with this. So in this exercise, what we saw is we created a circle using the reference image. So we learned how to load a reference image, and in the outliner how to name all these objects. Then we used mesh to curve conversions, and then we applied emboss effect using the proportional editing option. Then we applied material properties, and we brought some shining surface and reflections to the shape. Okay, so these are the topics we covered here, and we used most importantly the knife tool to draw these edges in the middle. These edges we using the knife tool we drew. That is the main highlight of this exercise. Done. Okay, fine.